doing a note on a procedure other than a consult, etc. Go to dynamic documentation and add a note. Up comes this, and for most things that are going to use a template, you can use blank note. But of course then you have to come over here and change it to whatever. So you could change it to something like Holter or whatever it is. And if you go to this thing, normally it's going to be, when we click it, you have these choices, which if one of those fits, fine, but if not, you can change from position to all, and then you get pretty much everything. So you got all these different things, but you can type in whatever you want. So if you type in Holter, H-O-L, there's Holter. It doesn't give you anything, it just gives it a label. So now it's going to be labeled as Holter monitor. And make sure the date is correct. And then you say OK to create it. Alright, so now you got a blank note. Once you have the blank note, you can go to the beginning of it, and then you take your dragon, and you can just say, okay, I'm going to use dragon now, JD Holter, and there it is. Now you have the fields, and you can just say next field. Didn't work. Alright, well, wait a minute. You can just select with your mouse. You should be able to say next field, but sometimes if the interface isn't good, it doesn't work. So you say next field, and then with your dragon, you just go from each one and say June 28, 2017. And when it's working well, you can just say next field, but it's not today. So rather than just reset everything now, I'll just click this, and you just put in your various things. By putting these square blocks in there, which is just 2 square parentheses, that makes it a field that you can select by saying next field. If you have this problem where it doesn't work, another way to do it is to use this button on the mouse, which brings up the box, and then you can say JD Holter, next field, Dr. Joe Blow, next field, palpitations, next field, sinus rhythm, comma, asystole, comma, VFib, next field, very, very bad Holter. So then once you get done with it, now, and then you just, if you do it that way, then you just come over here, click in the box and say transfer text. But let's pretend we just finished all that here. Then you just come over and sign it and submit it, and it becomes a real thing. So here it is. Now we'll say sign. It'll ask you about where you want to send the report to. Like, you could add this. If you want to send it to a doc that's not on there, you can type somebody in by searching, and you can say V-I-N-C-E-N, and Jim Vincenz will come up. Did I spell it wrong? V-I-N-C. Search. There he is. Click that and say OK. Now it goes to him, you sign it, and Jim will get a copy of that note. And then, so there it is. So now this is the way it looks. Somebody comes to Dynamic Doc, they're going to see that on June 28th there was a Holter, and it was done by, I think it might say my name. Let's see if it says, yeah, done by me. and it's authorized and authenticated or whatever, and if you click it, you get the report, and there it is. It's not complete, of course.